All right, let's talk about something we all do every day, throwing away trash. Simple, right? Well, not in Japan. Over there, it's like an art form, a masterclass in precision. It tells you so much about community, about resources. So let's jump right in and try to figure out Japan's garbage gauntlet. Okay, first things first. These rules, they are not just suggestions. And if you're wondering what happens when you get it wrong, well, this is what happens. This chaotic mess is exactly what Japan's super organized system is designed to prevent. It's the before picture, and we're about to get to the after. So, how do you get from that chaos to, well, pristine order? We've got a roadmap for you. First, we'll tackle the mountain of rules. Then, we're going to decode all those different categories. We'll even figure out what to do with the big, bulky stuff. After that, we'll look at the price of tossing. What happens if you mess up? And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a nice, clean conclusion. All right, section one. And yeah, I get it. When you first see the rules, it can feel like you're staring up at a mountain. Seriously, there are specific days for specific things, special bags, endless categories. It seems totally overwhelming. But trust me, there is a method to the madness. And that's because behind that mountain of rules is this one really important idea. Garbage in Japan isn't just trash. It's a massive system for managing resources. Think about it. Every single thing you sort is one tiny piece of a giant national puzzle, all designed to cut down on waste and recycle as much as humanly possible. Okay, now we're getting into the real nitty-gritty. This is the heart of the whole system. Let's break down these main categories one by one. I promise, by the time we're done with this section, you'll be sorting trash like you've lived there your whole life. First up, the big one, combustibles, or moeru gomi, as they say. This is your everyday stuff, the things that get picked up twice a week. We're talking kitchen scraps, little bits of paper, diapers, things that can be burned. The key here is that it's all going to an incinerator, so it's gotta be stuff that, well, burns. Then you've got the opposite, non-combustibles. Pretty straightforward, right? This is for all the stuff that doesn't burn. Think broken coffee mugs, old light bulbs, little bits of metal. Now, because this stuff usually ends up in a landfill, they only pick it up about twice a month. So yeah, you've got to plan ahead for this one, for sure. Now, this is where things can get tricky for people. Plastics. It's the #1 point of confusion. But here's the secret. You have to look for this little symbol, the one that says Pura on it. If you see that on, say, a clean food tray or a shampoo bottle, awesome, it's recyclable. But if it's something like a plastic toy or a pair of rubber sandals, nope, that's considered other plastic and has to go in a completely different pile. And it's not just about the Pura plastics. You've got all the other classic recyclables too. PET bottles, for drinks, are their own special thing. And just like everything else, you gotta rinse them out first. Same goes for glass jars and aluminum cans and paper. Newspapers and cardboard have to be bundled up nice and neat. It's all about prepping these materials so they can be turned into something new. And here it is, the whole system all in one place. Just look at that, from your regular burnable trash all the way to harmful stuff like batteries and even the big, bulky waste. This chart just perfectly shows the core idea, right? Absolutely everything has its own specific place. There's a system for it all. Okay, but what about the big stuff? The things that definitely won't fit in a garbage bag. Like, what if you need to get rid of a broken bookshelf or an old microwave? Well, Japan has a special category for that too, large waste. And the process for getting rid of it is actually surprisingly simple. It's just 3 steps. Step 1, you call and make a reservation for pickup. Step 2, you pop down to a local convenience store and buy a special disposal sticker. And step 3, you slap that sticker on your item and put it out on the designated day. It's basically a pay-as-you-throw system. And here's what that actually looks like in practice. See that sticker on the left? That's the disposal sticker you'd buy. This one's for 200 yen. You'd stick that right onto your big item like this cabinet here on the right, and then you're all set for collection day. Simple, right? But, and this is a big but, there are some things the city just will not pick up. No way. These are items that fall under very specific recycling laws. We're talking big appliances like air conditioners, TVs, refrigerators, also computers, tires, even fire extinguishers. For these, you have to go through a special service or contact the manufacturer. It's a whole other process. So we've seen this incredibly detailed system, and we know the right way to do things, which of course leads to the big question, what happens if you don't? What if you just decide to ignore all the rules? What's the price of tossing your trash the wrong way? Yeah, let's just ask it straight up. What happens if you decide, you know what, this is too complicated and you just dump your old stuff somewhere? In a park, on a quiet street corner? What's the real consequence? This is the result. This is what happens. It's called illegal dumping, and it is a huge deal in Japan. You could be facing serious fines, maybe even jail time. But it's more than that. An abandoned TV like this isn't just ugly, it's leaking chemicals into the ground. It's seen as a deep, profound act of disrespect to the entire community and all the hard work they put in. And that really brings us to the final point here. Because as you've probably figured out by now, this whole complex system, it's about way more than just a bunch of rules. I mean, take a look at a simple rule like this. Put out household waste by 8:30 a.m. On the surface, it's just a time. But really, it's a rhythm. It's a beat that the entire community follows together. It's a small, daily act that shows a much bigger shared commitment to keeping society clean, orderly, and respectful for everyone. So, in the end, every single plastic bottle you rinse out, every newspaper you tie up, it's a small moment of personal responsibility. But all those small moments add up to a massive nationwide effort. The whole system is built on this beautiful idea that every person has a part to play in keeping the country clean and harmonious. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with something to think about. When you look at this incredibly detailed system, this culture of personal responsibility and community effort, how does the way your own community handles trash stack up? It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What could we all learn from Japan's art of tossing trash?